Today I am sharing with you April's art haul. Now the reason I'm sharing it today is because I actually recorded it at the very beginning of May. I actually got COVID. Sucks. Finally, I caught it. 3 years of evading it. So I was kind of out of action for pretty much like the last few weeks of April. It did not stop me from buying supplies. Here is a selection of things that I actually bought in April throughout. Some of them are from Jackson's in the UK. Some of them are from a store here in the Netherlands called Van Beek Art. And a couple of items are from another store in the Netherlands called Splendith. So I'm going to run you through what I got, reasons why, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing I ordered were these aqua drops. They're schminky. So basically at the beginning of April, Jackson's ran a like a promotion on water. I think it might have just been schminky actually. So I got a red, scarlet red, Indian yellow and indigo blue, you know, 3 primaries. Because I love these so much, in my second order, because I ordered multiple times, I also got the burnt umber and the white based upon, I think it was Laura Horn art YouTube channel. She did some stuff with like burnt umber and white at some point, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. So I grabbed those as well. The thing I've noticed about the burnt umber is it really stains through the page more than any of the others. But these are they're liquid watercolors, so they're more light fast. Like previously I had bought these Ecoline liquid watercolors, but these apparently aren't light fast, whereas these schminky ones are, which is why I also grabbed some as well in case I do any art that I want to put on the wall. So I also, as well as these, I got a couple of what are these things called, oil pastels, because like a week later they had a Sennelier sale which is really annoying because they are based in the UK. It's my favorite art store and I'm currently based in the Netherlands, so it means I have to get stuff shipped. They're really good and really fast at shipping out. So I got this selection of Sennelier oil pastels, and the reason for this is March in the UK was Mother's Day, like how Mother's Day is done. The US have it in May, and I had used one of these in my cheap nasty, I say cheap and nasty, I'm being an art snob, but I have these Daler brownies from years and years and years ago. You can see they were like £2.24. These are from when I was a student at fashion school and we had to experiment with mediums, but you can see that the pink has been used and the blue, and that's recently. Oh, they smell funny. They smell like coconut. That's interesting. I used these in 2 experimental pieces in my large sketchbook on Mother's Day when I was like raging against the world, and I was inspired. I was like, oh, those are really cool over like watercolor paint. So I bought some actual nice quality Senneliers. Those came in my Jackson's order. I've got a selection here, cobalt. These are my blue greens. Then we go up, we've got blue, phthalo blue, indigo blue and black. You know, I've got the turquoise. I've always got a turquoise. And then these are my pinky reds, and I didn't get any yellows at the time. So later in, well, early in the month actually, after these had arrived, I went to the Dutch art shop called Van Bleek, which is in the town where I live in. Yellow deep moss green. They're really messy. So I haven't really used them yet, but they're there looking fabulously colourful. At the same time that I had ordered the schminky drops and the oil pastels, I also grabbed these because they had another, did they have another sale? Part of the same sale? I forget. It's like April. It was a month ago. But I got someone had recommended the titanium buff from Rembrandt. So I grabbed that because I didn't until that point, I didn't have any kind of titanium buff. I just had grey titanium from Daniel Smith. This is a bit warmer. And then I also saw this brand pop up, Isara, which I'd never heard of before. They're crafted in Belgium. And I thought, well, I'll get a nice vibrant yellow. So I got saffron yellow, and I also got Van Dyke brown because I love a Van Dyke brown. And I only had one, which I think is Winsor & Newton. So I got these, and they're so beautiful. Now, when the schminky aqua drops came and I was having great fun with them, was experimenting, I realized that I needed a white paint. So I had up until then been using designer's gouache, the Winsor Newton one, permanent white, but I wanted something that was a little bit more acrylic-y. So I ordered another order from Jackson's, this golden acrylic titanium white. You can see I've used a little bit now. And I also, because they had a sketchbook sale, basically I'm a sucker for a sale. I really am. Like, oh dear. And I'd seen someone on YouTube talking about the pith sketchbooks, so I grabbed this one, and it lays flat. That's the benefit of the pith. It goes completely flat when you have it open. So I grabbed this. I only grabbed small sketchbooks because I don't like to buy big ones until I've tested stuff out. And then somebody else was talking about Stillman and Byrne, and I've never used their sketchbooks either. So I got, and I quite like little ones for putting in my bag with a little travel kit. I'll show you my travel kit at some point if you want my little art travel kit. This one's the Epsilon series. and it's for pen, ink, dry media. It's only 150 GSM. You can see that they have a range of different versions. This one is the beta series. So they're both premium sketchbooks, and they're both for mixed media. This one is good for dry and wet media watercolor. So it's a higher GSM. Can you see? It's 270 GSM. Whereas this one's only 150. I'm sure there's probably a difference. This one's cold press and this one is smooth. So this one's more like a hot press. But I'm excited to try both of those out. So these all came from Jackson's in the UK. And then, well, I mentioned Splendid. And that is a store that is based in the Netherlands. And I had seen this set. Let me show you this first. This is the Kuretake Art Nouveau set. Now, I've never had an interest in the Kuretakes, but the Art Nouveau set is really, really pretty, and I kept seeing it pop up, and I love the colours, and I couldn't find it anywhere other than Amazon US, and I was like, I'm not paying a whole bunch of shipping to ship it from there to here, because that's so unsustainable. And then I found it at a shop here in the Netherlands called Splendid, and in order to get the free shipping or something, like I was gonna have to pay like €8 for shipping, so I was like, well, I'll get a new sketchbook, which took it over I think it ended up costing me like €3 because it took me above and I got the shipping for free. But this one then is the Zeta. So we have the Beta, the Epsilon, and the Zeta. This one is again 270. I love that it's a nice big square. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know what it's going to look like inside. I will probably do that shortly. But yeah, along with that, I also got this gorgeous, and these are so pretty. Look at those. They've got water blobs on them because I've used them a couple of times. Look at that. Some beautiful colours. Really, really excited to get this, because sometimes you don't want to like mix up your own watercolors, do you? I've actually done a video showing swatching this out. I think I just haven't uploaded it yet, but yeah, as I was saying, sometimes you don't want to mix a color, you just want some like beautiful Art Nouveau inspired colors, and that's what I've got here. So I'm really excited about that. So just to clarify, these Kuretake Art Nouveau set, I spent $40, no, not $40, €40 on this. Couldn't find it anywhere else at a sensible price. That was €40. And actually I'm looking at my notes and this was €21, but it meant that I got the shipping off. So I didn't actually save as much as I thought I had. But anyhow, there's those. So from Van Beek, which is like the local art shop, I got these. So I'd done all the water and this had arrived and I was like, maybe I should experiment with like liquid acrylic or like high flow acrylics. So I went to my local art shop and I got titanium buff, of course, teal, and then these are, so these are the golden high flow acrylics, and then these are the liquid acrylic inks. These are two of my favorite colors. Actually, all three of these are my favorite colors. The kind of teal, the magenta, and then like the Indian yellow. This is actually yellow orange azo, but they're just so beautiful. I love them so much. So I'm really glad that I grabbed those. I also grabbed some Neo singles. I had bought that box set before, Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2s. They're not in here now, they're in my actual art box to the left of me, but I wanted to just round out the selection a little bit. So I got this beige and I got this turquoise green. I've swatched these out already and there is a video up on my YouTube, so I will link to that if you want to see what those look like when they've been like placed on paper and swatched out like with a bit of water. I also grabbed a couple more Senneliers from them. Oh no, I grabbed a couple of luminance pencils. I don't remember which ones they were now, but I know that I was missing a couple of colors. I'm also missing the Van Dyke Brown and the Imperial Purple, or like the equivalent, because I want to have the whole luminance range in here. And then these will go back to the UK with my, like I brought these from the UK when I was visiting my dad and I want to leave them there. So I've got art supplies there, like pencils when I'm home visiting him. So I don't recall which ones of these I had bought separately at Van Beek or at Jackson's earlier in the month. But that's it. That's my selection of art supplies that I bought in April. It's a bigger haul than I expected. Hopefully May. Actually, do you know what? I didn't show you the stuff that I got in late March. One second. Okay, I think I found things. I think at the end of March's video, I told you that some more stuff had turned up, but I hadn't actually recorded that video or added to it. So just a quick overview. I got the Daniel Smith transparent watercolor ground. I don't know why I got it. I think it was an accidental purchase, to be honest. I also ordered the super heavy gesso. Again, I think I got it in order to use it on pages in my big sketchbook. The really big experimental one, which I'm loving. The paper is not very thick, and so I think I got this in order to make that bigger, like thicker. I also got two chunky Poscas, which I hadn't really used properly up until then. And I got this gold edding pen because someone was telling me about how edding make really cool pens. So I got gold. I got a catalyst brush, Pebble. It's interesting, you can see it's been used already. I had this one in the UK and I thought I brought it back. And so I didn't want to order the same thing here because I knew that if I hadn't brought it back, because I couldn't find it, I knew it would be in the UK. And so I ordered this one and it came. And then like I went and got my gardening supplies out to like plant my seeds, and this was inside the bucket for some reason. I don't know why. So we also have this zigzaggy jaggedy one, and then I got this fashion collection of Ecoline brush pens again before I realized that they're not light fast, but I figure they're going to help me with my fashion illustrations because I need to get more prolific with what I'm doing, because I am actually a fashion designer first and foremost. And those I've just put in this big like sack bag with my Tombos. So that's where my markers go. And that's it. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little April, end of March art haul. I'll be back at the end of May with anything that I might have added to my stash, my art supply stash in May. I can tell you that there are already a couple of things that have arrived from an order. Yeah, so I can't wait to share those with you. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.